Welcome to WNB1 Radio, and we are here, straight to the point sports. I'm here with my co-host, Steve Lopes, and Derek and Say Show.
What up, everybody?
What's going on, fellas? We got some sports to talk about. We are finally in the Eastern and Western Conference Championship games.
Hmm.
And boy, do we have some surprises. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Well, I say
what are you
one
surprised
surprise.
about?
Well, I can't say I'm surprised with the Western Conference because Denver's been number one all year.
Yeah.
They just haven't been getting their due just
And they stayed healthy.
because of the fact that no one believes in them.
Yep.
Maybe after game one, people will start taking notice that Joker is someone that is he's here.
No,
He's here.
He's legit, man.
He's here. He's got a healthy supporting cast, got a bench, got a lot of guys to go with him, and they're doing work.
He's a 7-foot walking triple double.
Forward guard.
He's
whatever
a
you wanna
7-foot
say.
walking triple double.
Anyway, at any rate, they are. We're going to talk about the Western Conference, and obviously we'll be talking about Joker and what he did in Game One, and what can he do tonight for an encore. It's kind of hard to do, but
Well, he
I don't
started
know.
fast.
I don't know.
He slowed down a little bit, but he got
Yeah.
off to a great start.
Yeah,
They might have made some adjustments.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to talk about the Eastern Conference Finals, the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat, and it looks just as it looked last year. Miami walking into Boston and taking Game One.
It just seems like Miami gets hot in the playoffs. Like nobody takes them serious, and then they surprise people. And it's
Playoff Jimmy.
yeah.
Playoff Jimmy. So
They
yeah,
seem to have a lot of help, but they're getting the job done.
we'll talk about that.
Somebody on Facebook really had the nerve to say, because there was a post about one guy put playoff Jimmy's in effect. Another kid goes, that kid ain't even top 20. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
Apparently
In
he
the
doesn't.
playoffs, he is.
Apparently he
Going
I,
to
hasn't.
a
I think
playoff,
he's
I want
I think
him.
he's top 15 in the league.
Apparently he hasn't been watching
healthy.
Yeah.
the playoffs. But that's foolish. Also we'll talk about John Morant. John Morant again.
Now that's foolish.
Again, he has been caught on social media brandishing a gun again.
And it's his boys that get him in trouble.
I don't know if it's your boy when you already know you had one run in and you put him in that position.
And then you're gonna post it on Instagram.
So
Hurts the whole team.
we'll talk about all things John Morant, the possibility of suspension, losing sponsors. Just he's right now he's in a downward spiral.
no longer being considered the face of the future of the NBA.
Losing a lot of money. We're going to talk about just the pure fact of him not making an All NBA team. How much money he stood to lose. Lot of implications in that. Also, as you know, this past week was draft lottery, and the San Antonio Spurs
Yo, they got a horseshoe in there.
have
Yeah.
struck
They got a
gold
horseshoe.
for the third time in a big
That's
man.
Every
Crazy.
time there's a generational player, it seems like they're always up in the mix. Them or Cleveland.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it is like they wasn't even favored to be the number
No,
one pick.
no.
Every
This
year.
is the third straight year that the team with the most balls hasn't actually won.
That's
So
crazy.
I don't know if I'm the Detroit Pistons, I'm like, you know what? We need more balls. We need more
They
balls.
couldn't lose anymore.
We need
Oh
more
my
balls,
God,
right?
man.
Well,
I saw a meme on social media. I can't remember if I should have downloaded it and shared it. It was on social media saying, I didn't watch Detroit the whole damn year lose 16 games to get the number number
116.
yeah, win 16 games to see them not pick Wembanyama. That's bad.
Well, it will discourage teams against tanking because it hasn't worked, like you said, the last 3 years. So you might as well get them players to get experience because Jordan Ivey could have came back. They decided to sit him the last month. Cade Cunningham might have not have been ready, but If it was playoffs, I bet you they would have been talking about he would have made an appearance. They
Yeah.
tried to lose toward the end, no matter what they say.
Also, we'll be talking about some NBA coaching. We'll be talking about some NBA coaching vacancies. There's currently what 1, 2,
Well,
3,
big
4,
ones.
5.
All
Five.
winning teams.
5 coaching. And you want to know something? Out of the coaches who have been fired, you have 2 of them that are former NBA champions.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I know one of them.
2 of them that are NBA champions. We'll dive into that. Also, big fight this upcoming Saturday.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes,
Devin
there
Haney
is.
against Lomo.
Yes, there is.
So we've got the up and coming guy against the guy who took some time off, lost his title, and is trying to rekindle.
Went and fought in a war.
Yeah, fought for his
Yeah.
country. Went and fought for his country. But yeah, we'll dive into that as well. First and foremost, we're gonna start with the NBA playoffs. That's happening, and what we have tonight, we have the Western Conference Finals. The Denver Nuggets are leading against the Los Angeles Lakers.
But you know something? I'm giving the advantage to the Lakers tonight
Why?
because of what they showed me to get that game close. They were down and out, and they showed heart.
You
They
think-
were down by 21 points.
They didn't quit.
You-
That showed me a lot about.
You think AD's going to come back and play the way he played?
Yep.
Well, this is the big question, right? You get a good AD, a bad AD,
That's
a
what
good
I'm
AD,
saying.
a bad.
He hasn't
AD,
put anything together.
right?
He had 40 points, and everybody's talking about Joker.
Well,
So I think
Joker had a triple double in a win.
I know, but he had 40,
he had 40. He had 40,
and that wasn't enough to get talked about.
Listen,
No,
he had
didn't win.
He had 40, but Joker had he was 3 assists away from a triple double at halftime.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
At
He had
halftime.
19 rebounds at halftime.
At halftime.
yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
And you want to talk about 40 points?
So, game 1 obviously went to Denver, 132-126. The score doesn't, if you didn't watch the game, it wasn't indicative of the score.
No.
If you watch the game, so Denver went in with a 19 at halftime by 19 points.
Did
They
whatever
actually
wanted.
they actually were leading by as much as 21 points, and LA mounted a furious comeback. Only literally had the ball with a minute and 15 seconds to go, and LeBron James took a 3-pointer. I thought was kind of crazy. He had Murray in foul trouble. He had 5 fouls.
And 5 fouls early.
And instead of backing him down into the post, the 6'8" guy against the 6'4" guy, he chose a step back 3. Like he was Curry, and it didn't work.
He wants to be the hero.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being a hero,
Yeah,
but
but
your
not-
shot selection was
Yeah.
bad. It was bad. So we just talked about Jokic. He leads the league in play. He leads all current players in triple doubles. 6. The game against the Lakers, he had a 6
Just-
triple double
just enough.
of the
Wow,
playoffs.
that's crazy.
Yes, the man is a walking triple double. All
He
right.
makes it look easy.
So he had 34, 21, and 14. He almost had a triple double at half. We know that.
Yeah,
Um,
he's got a 12-inch vertical leap,
listen, guys make fun of him.
but
So
he
did
gets
Bird.
it done. He
Guys make fun of him, right? But at the end of the day, he's the last one laughing.
gets it done. Yeah, he gets it done.
It
The
boils
Joker.
down. It boils down to, hey, listen, you can laugh at me all you want. I'm not the most athletic. I'm not the prettiest player, but my stat sheet at the end of the game is stacked, right? So the good thing for Denver was they got a lot of balanced scoring.
Yeah.
Okay. Jokic was one of 6 players to score in double figures. All right. Jamal Murray also chipped in with 31 points despite having an ear infection. He was battling an ear infection.
We know that
And
messes
it's
up your
been-
balance.
Oh.
And it's been for a couple.
Equilibrium.
Yep.
Isn't this the second game
Yeah.
that he's been dealing with that?
Well, because he was questionable toward the end of the last series with Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Porter had 15 points and 10 rebounds. And why does he look so damn tall
'Cause he's
against
sick.
whoever plays against him?
Because he's
He-
6'10".
yeah, he's
He
He's
is
like Kevin
tall.
Durant size.
It's embarrassing. It's like, why do they get that little guy on him? It
Because he
doesn't
can
make-
handle
it
so
doesn't
much.
make a difference as to who they put on him. Everybody looks dwarfed.
Yeah, he's a lanky 6'10" guy that can
He's
put the ball on the ground.
the
and-
thing is, he is pretty much the same size as Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
Just not as
And
his
neither
body.
one, neither one looks as big as they
His
really
body
I know, that's
just
crazy.
his body hasn't filled out like Tatum's yet.
are. Been
It
hurt
can't
too
happen.
much.
It can. Well,
It's always hurt.
it
Can't
can't.
work
It can't
out.
happen. But yeah. So
unexpected
so,
contributions too. A couple of other guys.
yeah, Michael Porter had 15 and
Yeah,
10.
Those three we expect. What
Contavious
about-
Caldwell Pope,
Yes.
That's-
21. He
that's the guy
torched
right
his whole
there.
team.
That's the
What
kid.
is it? Bruce Brown, is it?
Yeah.
And they,
That-
guys that are stepping up.
Aaron Gordon, 12
Aaron
points.
Gordon, yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, he does all the that
does all the
little
dirty
stuff,
work.
man.
Yes.
That nobody ever notices
Yes.
it, but yo, he's
yes.
he's that
He's
hustle
checked
guy.
his ego because he was the man in Orlando.
yeah,
He
well,
got traded there, and he just, what do you want me to do?
Or you got traded to the guy that won back-to-back MVPs. You're not the man. He's the
Right.
man.
But a lot of times people can't check their ego. I give
Yeah.
him credit for that.
You-
What role you want me?
You want to win? This is
And
what you
obviously he does.
This is what you do if you
That's
wanna
my
win.
argument. You know, he bought into
Uh,
the team atmosphere.
so as you stated, Anthony Davis led the Lakers with 40. And when you say that, you say 40 and 10, it should be like, wow. But we were so taken back by what Joker did. What Jokic, I can't even say his name right. What Jokic did, I'll just call him the Joker.
The Joker.
What Joker did, it didn't even, it was like, okay, he's got 30, okay, he's got 40. But did you see what Joker did?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
That's what I'm saying. He played so well, it made a man who scored 40 look like
Yeah.
he didn't have a good
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, it
40,
just,
10, 2 or 3 blocks,
it just was.
steals.
His halftime stats is better than what people's whole game stats are.
Yes.
Yeah. So the thing that was concerning for me, so I looked at the game in two different aspects, right? I looked at it like, okay, Anthony Davis had 40 and 10, all right? LeBron had 26, 12, and 9, and they still lost. So both of your stars starred and scored above and beyond, and you still lost. And they got contributions from Austin Reeves, 23 points,
Yo,
and
he brought
Rui
them.
Hachimura had
He's
17.
impressive to me.
Hey,
him and those two
Reeves
guys.
brought them back into that game.
Yeah.
You know, he was hitting big threes. And
So
Key
you
steals.
had, like I said, you had both of your stars ball out, and you had a supporting cast. Typically, when you have that type of balanced scoring, you're going to win. But Denver supporting cast also went off.
Well, how many did you say Denver had double figures? 6?
Six.
LA needed one more person to compete with that, and that was D'Angelo Russell not having a game. 10 points or something.
D'Angelo Russell. No, he didn't even have 10 points. I think he had 8 points.
And they said he might not start, and they're
Both-
worrying about the mental effect
Both
on his
he
game.
and Schroeder.
Yeah, I forgot about him too.
Both
That-
he
they're
and
counting on
Schroeder.
both them guys.
Both he and Reeves, he's the one who stepped up. But if both of those guys just 12 points apiece, then they would have won. Like I said, I looked at it in from two different points
now,
of view.
how many shots did they take though? Because if you say if they scored 12 points apiece, they had won. That's taking points off of somebody else's plate.
Yeah, well, but this is the thing. I don't know how many shots they took. They could have taken a lot.
Yeah,
But the thing is, they weren't hitting, and you gotta ride the hot hands.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Reeves, he had 23 points. Hachimura, he's always scoring. Whether it's getting out on the break, posting up, mid range, he's just reliable. He's just one of those dudes that are like I didn't when he first went to LA, I didn't think he was going to be as good as he is, and it's just the opposite.
Schroeder took 3 shots.
3 shots.
Russell took 11.
There we go, 11, and he only ended up with 8 points, right?
4 for 11. 8
Yeah.
points. Over 3 from 3.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Wasn't in the flow.
Yeah, no, well, was he wasn't. So the important thing, I think, something that LA can build off of was they also did something, an in-game change, which helped them with the comeback.
Yep.
They took Anthony Davis off of Joker put
Let him freelance.
Hachimura on him and let him freelance. They did exactly what Boston did in games 6 and 7 against Philly. They took they went with a double big, and they put the one of the bigs, it didn't make a difference, in the corner. So he could roam as soon as, obviously as soon as Embiid came over. But this is what LA did, and it proved to hefty dividends because
You
it
can't see the double
disrupted.
team coming as easily as the guy playing you straight up.
It-
You have to, where is he?
Well,
Where
the thing
he?
is
he there?
too, there's a difference between a 6'10" double and a 6'2" double. Joker could see over all those little guys. Now, when Anthony Davis goes full flex and he's like almost 7'8" or whatever it is, when he throws both of his arms up, it's totally different. It takes away from the vision, and I think you're going to see a lot more of this as opposed to Anthony Davis just playing him straight up. One, it'll preserve Anthony Davis because if you watch Joker, he was just going into Anthony Davis's chest,
banging the shit out of him, man. Like,
chest,
just bullying him.
going right into his shot. He's doing what you're supposed to do. A
Yeah.
shot blocker, you go right to the
Yeah,
chest. All
definitely.
right, you take you go into someone's chest, you can't even jump. You're going backwards.
Yep.
That's
what
what
they tell you to
we're
do,
all
the shot
we're all
blockers.
taught
Yep.
that, right?
Yep. Go into the chest.
Go
so
right
they
into
can't
their
extend,
chest,
they
right?
can't jump.
So this is what they did, and I think in moving forward, now you're going to have to see Denver make the adjustment. Now it's going to be how do we adjust to that. Now you're going to see this is where coaching comes in. A lot of people say coaching doesn't count. Coaching
Of course
matters.
it does.
It matters, especially when you get this far, because when you get this far, you're going to face better teams with better coaches. You can get by maybe in the first round, second round, third round. You better be your players and your coaches best be on their A game, because if not, you will get dragged by the opposing coach.
And after tonight, we'll see which coach has the advantage in this, because there was a tale of two games last game. Denver, like you said, got out to that huge start, but LA stayed calm. They came back. They made adjustments. Denver saw those adjustments. So what's Mike Malone going to do? What's Darvin Ham going to do? They both made good adjustments. So I thought they counteracted each other. Now, who's got the will to win tonight?
Yeah, we'll see. It's important to know that LeBron James, right? So with Denver winning, they snapped LA's streak of taking the first game in all the series. And it's important because LeBron James is 20-0
when he wins
game
Yep.
1. 20-0. So they just bucked a trend right there. All right. And listen to this. The last time the Nuggets beat LA in a playoff opener was 1979. 19, were you alive?
Well, I was starting my high school career.
I was 4.
I was a freshman in high school.
I was 5.
And
I was 5
in
in
79. That was the best of 3. It wasn't even
Yeah,
7.
that was
It
scary
the
first
best
rounds.
of 3. So yeah, it's important. I think in moving forward, LA they should feel better knowing that, hey, we were getting blown out the building. We came back, we were within a possession, and we didn't finish the deal. But in doing so, we found a defense that may help contain Joker. I'm not saying stop him, because we've yet to see him in the playoffs anything be remotely close to being stopped.
That's a tough task to stop that guy, man.
Yeah. So what do we foresee tonight? What do we foresee?
I stated my mind.
I say 2-0. 2-0.
I don't.
2-0 Denver.
I think this is the game LA steals.
I think it's going to be a close game.
Yep.
But I am going to go with the trends. I do not think Anthony Davis is going to have another 40-point game.
Nope.
Okay, so if he doesn't, does Russell play better? Does Schroeder play better? Does
You're
LeBron
gonna,
play
you're gonna,
better?
you're
I
gonna,
look at it
they're
this
gonna
way.
have to.
Yeah,
I look at
but
listen.
gonna
I
have
look at
to.
it this way. I think Denver's supporting cast will play well. They have all year. The question is, will Anthony Davis give you 30 to 40 tonight?
probably not.
The trends say one good, one bad, one good, one bad.
What do you think's the minimum he has to give you in points and rebounds and blocks
I
for them to win?
So in order for them to win, he has to be at least
30
at
and
his
10.
average or above.
30 and 10, I say.
That's higher than his average.
I'd say,
No.
yeah, that's higher than
I
his
think,
average.
but I think
I would
I
say
think if
at
he
least
puts up 20 or more.
I know. I'd say 25 or 25 and probably 25 and no less than 12.
I think he has to
somebody
rebound
else,
better. 'cause he
somebody
only had
else,
10.
somebody else has to put up 36 or so.
Well, LeBron's capable.
No,
Well,
I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying you
Yeah,
have
but
to.
he just hasn't showed the trend Brian's talking about. But some of those other guys could score 5 or 10 points more to make up those points.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to score 40,
I just
but he has to rebound and play defense.
in order.
But my thing, Denver scores. You're gonna have to score with them.
I know, but
In-
I don't think that they'll score less points if he doesn't get 40
in
because Schroeder had a horrible game and what you call it. I don't how much did Hachimura score or whatever.
17.
Oh, he did all right.
Yeah, no, he
But
was good.
The two Russell and Schroeder, they can each score 10 points more.
This is the thing. So we've seen in the playoffs, Schroeder, we've seen him go for 24, 25. He's capable. He's very capable. He's a
When he
streaky
plays
shooter.
within himself, yeah.
So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, he goes for 25. LeBron goes for 25. AD goes for 25.
Then
There
they
you
got a
go.
chance. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody has to pick up the
So-
slack so,
so
that he don't need 40.
If all them guys go for 25 or whatever, Austin Reeves ain't gonna put up 23.
No. But this is the thing. Austin Reeves won't have to put up
Yeah.
25. He could put up 15.
Yep.
He could
He
put
still
up
has
15.
to produce.
All right.
No,
Hachimura
definitely.
puts up 15. All right. There you go. You need one of those other two guys to raise their point levels.
Russell scores 10 more points and Reeves scores 10 less. That's a washout.
You gotta stop Denver.
I get it.
This is what
I get it. I'm not debating that.
So my
But
thing is
LA scored a lot of points in that first game.
my thing is I think that I'm going to go with the trend. I'm going to say that Anthony Davis doesn't score 40. I'm going to say he scores 25 or less. And what'll happen is he'll score 25 or less. That means the scoring onus has to be placed on one or two other people
Right.
to make up the
Right.
difference. So I'm going to say that he will not have as good a game as he had in game one. And I will say that Denver will be steady across the board.
Right.
And I think they will take a 2-0
But you
lead.
still think close.
I think
But you're
I don't think
siding
it'll
with
be
Denver.
I don't think it'll be blow like
6 points or less.
yeah.
I
I
don't-
think
I-
I think it'll be a close game, but I still think that Joker will have a Joker like game.
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, but I don't think LA has enough to beat Denver.
Yeah.
In Denver.
But you know something? We talked about Davis not putting up 40 again. You know the ironic part? Jokic is one of the few people who could put up less points and be more effective.
Yeah.
Because he'll get
Because
you,
he makes
people
everybody
he'll
else
get you,
better.
and he'll get
He
you more
gets-
And
assists.
he had a
probably.
ton
He
of
gets-
assists. What, 14? He had
Yes.
a ton of rebounds.
He
But he
gets-
could score 15 points and
Yeah.
dominate the game.
Yeah.
He gets
Because he does everything.
Yeah.
he gets everybody involved.
Yep.
That's the thing. How many times was he in the paint and he could have shot and he just kicked
Just-
it out to somebody,
He must
right?
be great to play with because you just keep moving, keep
Yeah,
working.
you're gonna get the ball.
He'll get you the ball if he doesn't get you the ball, he has a better shot.
He has a very unselfish attitude.
That's what it is.
and you love to play with people that are like that. Listen, I have a 9-footer that I know I can make, and I just dish it out to the wing because I want to get you involved.
And that goes a long way too, getting people involved.
Trust.
Because
It's
come
trust.
down last second, they might double team you, take the ball out of your hands. Somebody else you can't be like, I haven't shot since the second quarter.
Yeah, it's trust.
He's,
So-
he's getting everybody's shots up, man.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
And he's getting his shots up as well.
so that makes for an exciting, and I think it'll be an exciting game tonight. I see it as a much closer game. I don't think Denver's going to run away and hide as they did in game one.
Yeah, they won't get out to that fast start.
And I just think that it'll be a close game. I think both teams will go on runs. The other will go on a run, keep it close. And I think the game will probably and ultimately be decided in the last 4 minutes.
Steve, like you said last week, Denver's got a slight advantage.
They do.
That air up there, bro.
No, they do.
Well, you know something? A lot of people. I listened to Keyshawn this week, and he said, "Man, he said, look, everybody want to talk about Denver when teams are good. What about when they were trash?" He said, what about when Denver was trash? You know what I'm saying? What about when they were in last place every year and they were just trash?
They weren't
He
nothing
goes,
to talk
he
about.
goes, all of a sudden the altitude wasn't a factor then, right? He goes, but now, they're good, and oh my God, you go up there and I can't breathe.
But it's the truth.
But listen, I went to Denver 5 years ago. I watched the Cowboys play against Denver. We got an Airbnb. Okay, it was ultimately 4 floors. You had the drive-in, which had you drove in, which was a garage. There was rooms and a bathroom. Then you had the main floor, which had the kitchen and had a bathroom and like a walk-in and all that stuff. Then you had the third floor with the master bedroom and a couple other bedrooms. Then you had the rooftop. So when we were tailgating, I forgot to bring up my speaker, and it was on the bottom floor. I ran all the way down. I didn't feel it when I ran down. I felt it when I ran up.
Mhm.
So for anyone who says that the air don't care, that's BS, because by the time I got up 2.5 flights of stairs, I was like,
Especially when you don't know what to expect.
I
You've
was
never experienced it.
who the hell? What's wrong with me?
Something was on your chest, bro.
And I
Get
was
it
like,
off.
wow. I was like, wow, this is real. So the rare air up there is it is a thing. It is a cause for concern. And I don't care, LA, they play, they're in the same conference, so they play them 4 times a year. But there's no substitute for just being there. I mean, we see a lot of teams that when they go to Denver, they try to get in a couple of days, a day or a day and a
Try
half,
to
2 days
adjust,
early
yeah.
to adjust to the altitude.
Yep.
It's real. I mean, people make fun of it and say it. And conversely, I know it's on opposite coast. But Derek Baptiste called me up, and he made a good valid point too. He said, "Listen, people talk about Denver, but people should be talking about Miami too, because Miami's heat, if you go out and you're
Why
not
they called
used to
the
listen, if you go out to Miami and you're out there all day and you
Yep.
don't hydrate properly,
Oh, I was out there during football season.
yes,
not
Wasn't
for-
making no sudden moves.
I know we're not talking about that, but now that you bring that up, in the fourth quarter, whether you're playing indoors in an NBA stadium, I know it's still in Boston, but how does Tatum not have no sweat?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
No sweat.
We'll talk about that.
Like I was,
yeah,
That
that's
shit baffled
a
me,
point
like-
of concern. So yeah, in regards to tonight's game, I my personal opinion, I think it's going to be a close game, but I still tend to favor Denver ultimately, because my deciding factor is AD going up, going down, going up, going down,
Okay.
and until he shows different than in bucks a trend, then
It's a valid point.
so 2-1.
Yeah.
2-0.
No, I'm saying
No. You
Oh.
were saying
You
Denver
to
close, and I'm saying
Denver,
LA close.
LA.
Just because I've kind of been impressed with the style of play in the hot that the Lakers have exhibited. And this is the first time we've seen their team together. Those moves are blended and nice. They found a way to steal one on the road in every series. I think they come out and get it done tonight, but just as close as you guys think it's going to be, I think they win by like less than 4.
All right. So now we can move on over to the Eastern Conference.
Oh boy,
So
this is where you're surprised, huh?
I can't say that I'm surprised.
Because I didn't think you were surprised in the Denver series.
No. I can't.
Two of 'em.
I can't say that I'm surprised, because the style of game in which Miami plays is it's start to finish, and the style of game that Boston plays, they get very lackadaisical in their ways. They tend to go away from what got them, to where the point that they are. They get one on one, they turn the ball over. And this was a classic case, once again, of Boston just doing that.
Mhm.
And kudos. First, let's give kudos to Miami, because Miami came.
It's not an easy
It
task.
it would have been real easy for them to wilt right before half. Boston went on
Yeah, they
a
were down,
run.
what, 10?
They went on a they
They were
went
down
on they went
12.
on no
I
they were
left
down
work,
at
they
9.
were down 9
They were
or
down
10
9
at
at
halftime.
halftime.
9 or 12.
I
They were
got in
9.
2-3 minutes into the third quarter, and then it looked like Miami was the
Yeah.
dominant team.
It could have been very easy for them to say, "Oh, here we go." But what did they do? They come out in the third quarter and they just crushed
And
Boston.
then put up 45 or something like that.
Why?
45 to 26.
Why do you think they were able to swing the tide like that?
Well, I think in regards to, there was multiple factors.
Yeah, I just want to see if we
multiple-
agree on the same thing.
So I'll touch upon all of them. Number one, first and foremost, I don't think that the Celtics were ready or thought that Bam Adebayo was going to get a rebound and take it the length and be that right there. When you can have your center pull down a rebound, lead the fast break, and make the right decisions, kick to the left, kick to the right, kick to the corner for 3-pointers. When you can do that over and over and over again in that run. So I don't know how many times he did it, but I counted at least 5 times in which he grabbed a rebound, led the fast break, and it ended in either a 3-point play, a 3-point shot, or a 3-point play. I counted 4 times. I that was just in the 45-point quarter. I only counted
Most
4
points
times
ever in a playoff quarter.
I only counted 4 because I was like, let me see something. I don't know what he did before that.
Because you weren't paying attention to
Yes. I said, how many times is this guy going to grab a rebound and lead the break with no one, unabated, just going right down the middle of the court and no one
it.
stopping
And
him?
I think that's related to one element I was thinking of. I was going to say coaching,
Oh, yeah.
and I was going to say Miami noticed something, that he's a good enough athlete and a good enough ball handler that they have a big man that can beat people down the court. And you said, I saw it 4 times. I don't even know how many times I missed it.
That's in
Yeah.
which I counted.
I think that was a planned strategy,
Yeah.
because he was able to beat the Boston
this-
big man up and down the court and make the right decision.
So we can reference last year's series. Last year's series, he had a career worst against. He only averaged 14 points a game against the Celtics. He was the weak link
That's
last
funny,
year.
because
Last
in
year,
the bubble he was the best.
Yes,
And
last
then
year
he was worse.
he was the
and now
weak
this year he's playing
link.
good.
He averaged, I want to say it was 7.5 points
He
less.
didn't show up.
Less last year in the Eastern Conference Finals than what he did. It's a complete turnaround. So they were trying to figure out, how can he manufacture more points? Bingo. Get the ball and go. Get the ball and go. That was one thing. Another thing was the turnover situation. Boston just, I posted it on Facebook. I said, in order for them to be okay, they would have to have under 15 turnovers, and they would have to out rebound Miami. They did neither. They ended up losing. And it just goes back to, a lot of people want to blame the coaching. I don't think it's coaching. I just think that with Mazzulla, I think instead of letting a team go on a 10-1 run, as soon as they score 6 or 8, call a timeout.
Oh,
That's
what
what-
I'm getting at.
that's what
Make
Miami was
adjustments.
doing.
Make adjustments, because Spoelstra did it, 3 minutes
Miami
into that?
did it.
As soon as Boston got hot, they were, hey, we got to
the fourth
stop
quarter?
this.
You
Yep, timeout.
have to
So-
you have to do something.
I
to
have to blame
break.
coaching.
You have to do something to break that that run they're making. He tends to let them play through it
Mhm.
until it's too late. For me, you score 8 points in a row, I'm calling a timeout.
Yes, definitely.
I'm not letting it go
Joe
10,
losing
12.
confidence every point you lose.
I'm
Every
not-
time they run.
I'm not letting it go 10, 12 points. And for me, I think that Grant Williams should be playing.
That's coaching too.
I think Grant Williams
Because
should
who's
be
he playing instead of him?
Pritchett.
Yes.
Pritchett.
Hey,
So where did you get the great idea that Pritchett would help you, the fourth string point guard, over somebody who has helped you in the playoffs before?
and it's not like he was banging threes because he
No.
wasn't.
But Grant Williams gives you so much more. Pritchett's only good if he's banging threes.
Exactly.
Otherwise, he gives you nothing. And he's a liability on defense.
Yeah, well, Jimmy just
Yeah,
as soon as
they,
he
Yes.
seen him.
they kept switching him
Soon
to
as-
Jimmy.
yeah,
like,
yeah, pick and roll. All right, I
So-
got you, little guy. I
Not
got you,
calling a
little guy.
timeout,
I got you, little guy.
making the adjustment with Bam, and playing Pritchett instead of those are all coaching decisions.
Hey, and how about this one? I'm blaming this on the coach. Your best player is who?
Tatum,
Jason Tatum.
He didn't take.
Zero
eight
shots in the fourth quarter.
Jason, you have Jason Tatum setting in picks at the foul line while you got Marcus. There's no way in hell Marcus Smart should be taking more shots than Jason Tatum
Exactly.
at all.
So who's supposed to make that? But these are all related to coaching, which is why I believe coaching does play a big
Oh, it
factor
does,
in it.
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And then you can point out some other reasons, but I got one other big reason, but I want to see if anybody else brings it up.
Defense.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's part of
Well,
coaching
that's
too.
that-
Yeah.
well-
you got the
the
players got to have some responsibility.
the thing for me, I won't say defense. I think that Miami made a lot of tough shots, contested, swinging the ball. They made a lot of right passes. For me, I don't think they're going to be able to shoot that way again tomorrow.
I'm
They
definitely taking Boston tomorrow.
They shot lights out. And the proof is right here.
But there was also a lot of open shots.
But so this is the thing. They were at first, the first half, Boston wasn't doubling. They weren't doubling down. They weren't doing anything. But it got to the point where Jimmy just kept on doing whatever he wants. So now you had another guy running over. And when they did it, they swung the ball correctly.
He was killing that baseline.
And they swung the ball correctly. And whoever, it didn't make a difference, whoever he passed it to, they were banging threes. Okay. So he had 35 points. All right. He had 7 assists, 6 steals, and 5 rebounds.
6.
So he did a little bit of
All right.
everything, right?
6 steals, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Now, that's-
It was Butler's 6th game scoring 30 points or more in the playoffs.
Okay,
He's averaging
you're
30
building my case right here.
he's,
all right.
he's averaging 31 on.
Yeah, but
on
Brian's
the-
saying everything that's
yeah.
building my case.
They outscored Boston 46-25 in the third quarter. Basically, that was the game. They never trailed the game. They led by as many as 11 points. And Boston could never. They went on one run at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Uh,
And what did they do? Call a timeout.
After 3 baskets, they scored 6 points.
Yes.
Boom, timeout.
Yes. But this is the thing. So you had 5 other players. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in double figures. Okay.
Sounds a lot like Denver.
Okay. 5 other players. Okay. Bam had 20 and 8.
The guy.
Kyle Lowry, Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, and Max Strauss all had 15
Old
points.
friend Max Strauss.
Kyle Lowry.
All had 15
Kyle
points.
Lowry scored all his points in the third quarter.
Yeah. He had 9
And he's
straight
like
points.
47.
Yeah, 9 straight points. They were 16 for 31 from 3-point line. All right. And another thing, just as we were talking about game ones, they've won all game ones on the road.
Yeah.
All.
They were a
And
bubble
the
team.
Celtics have
One.
not protected home court.
Yes.
They should have
I
lost.
don't understand.
Yeah, they should have lost to Chicago in the bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, in the first round.
Yeah,
Yes,
they were
they looked so
4
bad.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't
They-
think they
changed
got
with 4
motivated
minutes.
until they lost. I think Chicago woke them up, and then they played good after that.
What do you mean? Chicago? Oh, well, yeah.
No, I think Miami slept on Chicago but when Chicago put that scare in them, they started playing better since that loss.
Well,
I
they
think
didn't
somebody-
lose. They
I think
won.
there was a certain leader on their
They-
team that probably rattled some cages and said, "Hey, I don't want to go home for the summer yet. Y'all better get it together."
Yeah.
But speaking of which, what's the nickname that we all refer to as Jimmy Butler?
Playoff.
by?
playoff.
Does
Playoff
anybody
team.
on the Celtics have that reputation?
No.
So my question is not to take nothing away against how great the players are, But Jimmy Butler understands what needs to be done to win, and he's won. And he's taken teams on his shoulders and made the right decisions at the right times, whether it calling his own number, whether it's getting other people involved. Like you said, 5 other people that had double figures. He wasn't afraid to get people the ball. But Jimmy Butler goes all out and knows what he has to get done to win. To me, he knows how to lead. He doesn't make mistakes in crunch time.
Yeah, you know who's so-called kid that is, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Walker.
Nah,
I mean, no, wait a minute. That's Jalen.
Nah, Jalen Rose is Jimmy Walker.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, bro.
I don't believe it.
I don't know about that.
I don't believe
I
it.
don't believe it either.
But my problem is just everybody says you got to have a dog in the fight.
Who
I
did
don't
you say?
see a-
Wait, who did he say? Jimmy Walker.
Yeah,
No, I was thinking of Jalen Rose. I was thinking of Jalen Rose. Yeah, Providence College. But I don't see anybody that has that reputation on Boston. Talent-wise, they're great. But they don't have somebody with a dog in them like a Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler wills his team to win. And until Tatum or Brown, and I think it has to be Tatum.
I don't think Brown's not
Brown
that
doesn't
guy,
have that
man.
persona. Tatum has to, he shows flashes, but he doesn't have that he's going to will them to win.
Yeah.
And that's something Jimmy Butler has. Jimmy Butler doesn't have the talent that the Celtics have.
No.
Or the talent Milwaukee had, but he got by them. He wills his teams to win. He's a different player in the playoffs. He's a great player in the regular season, like you said.
Playoffs.
Playoff Jimmy. So Boston was led by Tatum, who had 30 points, but it wasn't a fluid 30 points.
He had
was
all his
forced.
points
First
during the
half.
first half.
Yeah, it was forced. So I noticed something which is concerning when the Celtics, when they struggle to score, Tatum just puts his head down, which isn't good. As a result, he had a couple of key turnovers, just putting his head down. And then when the pass blocked off, he panics and he throws it right to Jimmy Butler. He did it 2 times in a row. And then he had 3 consecutive turnovers in which.
I think that's Greg.
All right, hold on. Let's see. We got a caller here.
Hold up, Greg. I believe that
Before
shit.
it stops ringing.
WMB1 Radio. Hello.
Yo, what's up, man? What's going on? What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
This is Greg.
This is smooth, man.
Yes.
Y'all finally let me in.
Yeah.
Finally let me on the line.
Well, you were out celebrating your birthday for the last couple of weeks, so we didn't want to interrupt you.
Happy belated birthday,
Yeah,
brother.
what's up, brother?
Thank you, man. What's up, Steve? What's up, D-Con?
What's
What
the
up,
deal,
what up?
bro?
Ain't nothing, man. I was waiting till y'all got on the subject of the Celtics, man, because y'all know I'm a diehard, man.
Yes,
you know.
sir.
So what was
Yeah,
your
so,
take
here's
on the
my-
game?
This is my take, man, and you all have been around the sports atmosphere all your lives, man. I've been a player all my life. I still play. I think I'm done. I just finished the league about a month ago, but I think I'm done this time. But anyways, my whole take on it is, here's the thing. You just came off a grueling series with the Sixers, a 7-game series with the Sixers, where you needed to win 2 games, to get to where you're at now. You know what I'm saying? And you got there. But here's the thing: you got to reset. Now you got to reset because you got a different animal coming in now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different animal coming in now. Like Jimmy Butler, like I believe Steve was just saying he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy Butler is no joke. He's proven it time and time again. So my thing is, you gotta like it comes down to now. It's like anything. By any means necessary, you have to get this job done. Like, it starts defensively. Number one, you got Jimmy Butler, who's going to get his. You got Miami has 8 undrafted free agents, something like that. Guys that are hungry, are willing to go to war with this dude and do what it takes. You know what I'm saying? So now at Boston, like you said, they have the talent, but they don't have. What they do actually have a dog. It's Marcus Smart. But he's not the talent. He doesn't have
True.
the talent to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. You have to really like, match their intensity or even, go over their intensity, be aggressive, be more aggressive than them, run them off the 3-point line because they're really, if you run them off the 3-point line, I don't think they shoot that high percentage of threes. You know what I'm saying? You had 4 guys that scored 15 points in that game. That's 60 points right there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, man, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a believer. I'm going down with the whole ship. You know what I'm saying? You got to put a bullet in my head. You know what I'm saying? To take me off my ship. But the thing is, bro, you got to stop playing around like playing catch up, or stop with these slow starts. Like you got to come out the gates on all cylinders.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
all cylinders, man. You know what I'm saying? Just stop playing games, man. Like,
Yeah, they came out the gate in the first half yesterday. It's just that they
forgot to come.
They didn't come out
in the
at
second half.
halftime.
Yeah, they stayed in the gate at the half.
At halftime, they didn't come out.
Yeah, it just I can take your point. I can take your point because now, as you said, they came off a 7-game grueling. So Miami's a different animal. They're they're gonna play you from the opening tap to the final whistle, and that's the type of intensity that they pretty much bring every night. I don't think
No, absolutely.
I don't think I've seen them once literally like not give up. They
lack any effort.
So if you recall last year, something similar happened, right? Boston game 1,
Yep.
they lost at home.
Yep.
I believe they lost by
Yep.
8 points game 1 last year. But the thing is, how I'm looking at Boston is they should have known because during the regular season they were 2-2 against Miami. Okay, and they lost close games. The games in which they lost could have gone either way, but it all came down to execution. And the one common denominator in those losses was Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, all in the 2 losses that they had this year, he hit daggers.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit the dagger yesterday where he hit the 3, it rattled in and it popped out and it went back in. So now, So now tomorrow, they need to come up with the mindset of, listen, all right, we miscalculated. However things happen, they need to bring their intensity up to 150. It can't even be 100. It needs to be 150. And not only 150, it has to be at 150 for 4 quarters, not 3 1/4, not 2, not 3 3/4, for 4 quarters. Because on the other end, those guys in with the heat on their chest, they are coming hard for an entire game. So
absolutely, I agree.
That's where it is with me. And I don't know if you were listening. I did say that I wish Mazzulla would use timeouts instead of them letting them go on a 10-1. Use it after 8 points. Use it after 6 points. Look what Spoelstra does.
Well, listen. Just to Mazzulla been getting out coached like every series. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been getting out coached.
I mean,
that's. I mean, he doesn't have the experience. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I don't know, how long he's going to have this job, but eventually he'll get there. But he doesn't just have an experience. He's definitely been getting out coached.
Yeah, he's learning on the fly.
I was just going to ask, are they getting out coached or outplayed?
Outcoached. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, it is. Well, but the coach sets the standard.
It's a little bit of both.
Playing Pritchard, not calling timeouts.
It's a little bit of both. And unfortunately, because he is a brand new coach, he is learning on the fly. Right. And
what happened? What happened to Grant Williams? Like he played well last year against Miami.
We were talking about that earlier.
I had mentioned that.
Why he's playing Pritchard instead of Williams, who's played big in this role.
I had mentioned that. I was under the assumption that he was going to get more time in this game because number one, you could use him for multiple things. You could use him for his defense. Mm-hmm. You can use him. He's a bigger body. He could actually play Bam because he could move laterally with Bam, but yet not get knocked off the block because he's got a bigger body.
You can beat him up. They can beat him up.
You know?
Well. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. You know, he played Bam in high school and killed Bam in high school, and also the times they played with Kentucky and Tennessee.
Yeah.
He killed Bam.
Yeah. And I was under the impression that he was going to get more time, and he got a DMP yesterday. I was under the impression that
Right.
you know,
right.
for him to one be an extra body to bang, to rebound, and he still has the ability to stretch the floor, you know, and not to mention he's a hustler. He's a hustler. He goes and he gets those hustle plays.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
and moving forward, if he doesn't come off the bench and he continues to get DMPs, and the Celtics like barely win or close, you know, you at some point you got to change it up. You got to change it up. You got his number needs to be called.
Absolutely.
It needs to be called.
Right.
But
Okay.
yeah, so
listen,
we'll
man,
see.
I just wanted to jump in, man, give you guys a call, man. I've been trying to get on the last couple weeks, you know, and I appreciate the birthday love, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the big 6-0, man. Like, I'm a triple OG officially now.
Yeah. Enjoy your 5th retirement.
I know it.
Every year he retired.
I know it.
Every year I see him playing in another tournament. You know that picture they show of LeBron playing when he's 75? That's going to be Greg. Always a pleasure, my brother.
All right, my guys.
All right, man. Thank you for calling.
Man, you know, I love you guys.
All right, later. Yeah, so
Good perspectives.
yeah, it is. I mean,
The smooth.
I think that that all of Boston, all of knows that Mazzulla is obviously he's a rookie head coach. He's learning on the fly.
Hey, the thing that gets me with him is he said it in the huddle yesterday. They turned it up 2 notches. We didn't.
Yeah.
But by you saying that, so you knew you got to do something.
Find somebody who can turn it up a notch. Who plays with intensity? Grant Williams.
I, like I said, I was under the impression that he was going to get more time in this series because of the fact of you don't have he's not giving up anything in size to anybody in Miami. He was giving up a ton of size against Embiid.
Yeah.
Embiid could just shoot over the top of him. He probably couldn't move him as move him around.
Nah, Embiid's a big guy.
But he could literally just shoot over him. So I was under the impression that he was going to do that. We got another call.
7250.
WMB1 Radio, you're on the air. Who are we speaking to? Okay, they didn't want to talk.
They wanted Derek to answer.
They got afraid, I guess.
The Bears suck, so he didn't want to answer. And the Knicks are out. Come on, Nate.
So in moving forward tomorrow, I expect nothing but for them to come out with 150, just as they did when they lost game 1 to Philly.
Yeah.
I expect them to come out game 2 firing all.
I think they win easily.
You think it's a blowout?
Yes.
Oh wait, let's try this again. WMB1 Radio, don't be afraid to speak.
I heard my name.
Oh,
I told you it was Nate.
What's going on?
I heard my name, man. I heard my name.
Say your
I'm minding
name.
my
Say
business
your
and I
name.
heard my name. My name is Nathan Leon Victor, a.k.a. Cosmic Cow.
Cosmic Cow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dog, what's going on with your coach throwing clipboards? What's going on with him? What's going on with him, man?
I don't know.
Putting Pritchard in the game.
Yeah, there's some questionable things.
What's he doing, man? He's young. He's young, man. Leave him alone. He's young.
I'm starting to wonder if there's a personality conflict with him and Grant Williams, because I don't understand why Pritchard's getting a call over him. Can't be talent.
Yeah.
Can't be talent. Maybe they've never seen eye to eye.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't hustle enough in practice. I don't know, man, but he definitely should be in the game.
He hustles in the
knucklehead
game.
things, but
He
his
hustles
talent
in the game.
Yeah,
So.
he contributes
And
on the
well
court.
against the Heat. He does well when he plays the Heat.
Yeah, he does.
He does well when he plays the Heat, man.
Well, like I
I don't know
said,
what's going on with that.
like I said, there's nothing with a height disparity because Miami doesn't have a traditional big.
They don't
Bam
have
Bam
a
Adebayo
center.
isn't he's more of a stretch than he is literally than he is a center.
He's a 4 all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about
Kevin
the.
Love came in and got busy yesterday.
Yeah. Well, listen,
And
everybody.
and he's not really a center either.
Everybody was banging out threes yesterday in the third quarter. I
Mhm.
mean, they put up a 46 spot, and it didn't make a difference. I mean, heck, I think they could have brought in what's his name, Tim Hardaway. They could have brought him in, and I think he would have crossed somebody over and got a three.
The Texas two-step.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I mean, it didn't make a difference who
Wow.
was shooting. Strauss, Love, you name it. All them dudes were banging out. They were banging out
Vincent,
threes.
yeah.
46 though. 46, man.
Yeah,
All
that's-
time most points in a
That's a
playoff
lot.
quarter.
Hey,
That's a lot.
I think Alonzo Mourning
It
had
is.
8 of those.
yeah. From
That's a lot of buckets,
he,
man.
yeah. Alonzo Mourning had some from the stands alongside Pat Riley.
That
Hey,
10's
Nate,
crazy.
we just asked our last caller. I want to see your perspective on this. Is Boston being outcoached or outplayed? Where's the blame?
I would say it's like a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
You can't coach hustle.
Yeah, no, you can't.
No,
cannot.
but you can
You know what I mean?
play
You can't coach
Pritchard
up about
instead
me.
of Williams.
Yeah,
that's
true.
that's
true.
Not
yeah.
call timeouts when they go on a run.
Yeah,
Make some
that's
adjustments
crazy.
at halftime. Even if you're winning, you still got to make an adjustment.
Yeah. You were up 9, 10 going into the half, and then you get beat by like 20 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, they made adjustments.
I really don't think that this game is indicative of how the series is going to go.
Oh,
No,
I
well-
think Boston
If
comes out.
Boston win the,
Well, the thing
I
is,
think I wouldn't be surprised if Boston wins the next 4.
Well,
I really wouldn't.
well, the thing is, a lot of people seem to forget that they did the same thing last year.
Ouched.
They did the same thing last year. Game 1, they came in and they won. So it's 3 times out of the last 4 years. You got to remember they're very familiar with one another, and I think going into the series, I think the only if you said, well, where am I going to put the checks and balances for Miami? If you would have told me in the beginning of the series, I would have said the coach. That's it. Everything else goes to Boston.
Why don't they just double Jimmy right out the gate?
That's what I said in the Milwaukee
Why don't they
series.
just do that?
Still
Why
wondering.
don't they just do that?
Listen,
Nobody's going to be shooting like that for every game. Nobody.
That's what I said. I said
Golden State Warriors, nobody.
I would live and sleep a lot better knowing that I took the number 1 scoring option away and put it into the second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Who else
And if
is a
they can do
playmaker?
that- Yeah, exactly.
Who else can create? Bam has to have somebody get him the ball.
Exactly.
Who else is the next creator?
Exactly.
But Jimmy's not just the number 1 scorer, man. That dude does everything.
No,
Yeah, no,
we
he
ran
stuffs-
down.
he
Even
stuffs-
defense.
he stuffs
He's
the
an
stat.
athlete,
yeah,
man.
He does a lot of things.
He had 6 steals,
He's
man.
Like, he's like Crow with a jumper.
Crow. Only us locals
He
know
is.
Crow. Yeah.
He's like Crow with a jumper. He ain't gonna quit. He's gonna keep coming over and over again. He's annoying.
Yeah. No. But you know something? This is the team takes on Jimmy Butler's persona, and they all
Yeah.
play that way. They all
They sure
play
do.
from the opening tip to the the final horn. They play hard, and that's culture. That's culture. If you look at and the crazy part about it is, you look at wherever Jimmy went, he's uplifted the team and made them better.
And that's why it didn't work
Wherever
in
he's
Minnesota.
gone, Minnesota,
They didn't buy into it.
hey, Minnesota, Philly,
Yeah,
you know,
for
and
sure.
just
Philly,
hey, listen,
Chicago.
listen. How
Yeah.
crazy is it, right? The last 3 out of 4 years, right? They played Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, and Philly can't
Mhm.
even make it past the second round, and they let him go
Nope.
for Tobias Harris.
Yeah, he said that. He
He
said
gave him a
that.
bag. He gave Tobias the bag.
Tobias Harris.
bags.
All right.
They gave
And-
Tobias 2 bags.
Yeah, and the sad part about it is this guy's been in the Eastern Conference Final and a final, and
Yeah.
Philly still
Yep.
can't get out of the second round.
Yeah.
That's
And
bad
played
business.
well every time he's been there.
That's bad business. It's bad business. The GM needs to be fired for that one. I don't give.
Can you only imagine if he paired up with Embiid?
Oh man,
Where
Man.
they are at their points in their careers, right? He doesn't have to be the main. Jimmy's the main option right now. If he didn't
would
have
be
to be the
silly.
main option, you'd really be lost. Like, yo, do I go double team him or do I allow
Listen.
Jimmy to go one on one?
Listen, as currently constructed, just swap out Jimmy for Tobias Harris. All right. Just swap that out and look at what you have.
Yeah,
Look how silly that team would
that's
be.
a better situation than
but them
Miami
young
has
dudes, they
right
don't wanna
now.
be challenged. Them young dudes don't want to be challenged. They don't want to work. I mean, Jimmy's the reason why Embiid stopped going to Taco Bell every day. He was going through the drive-thru before practice. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Yeah.
You can't drop $40 at Taco Bell and expect to play well.
Chasing Rihanna on the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I chase her too, but I don't got millions like that.
Yeah, he wasn't focused on winning at that time. Eating and chasing.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
it's unfortunate, but it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't make a difference wherever he goes. He just uplifts the team, and I think Philly. I mean, but then again, Philly is notorious for making bad moves, so I can't say that I'm surprised. I cannot, from fumbling the bag with number one picks, trusting the process for like 11 years.
Process was crazy.
I can't get it.
Right, you
I don't get it.
wouldn't pick Markel Fultz number one?
The only one they
Oh,
got
Jason
right was
Tatum?
Embiid, and they drafted him hurt.
That's it. And
Listen.
they drafted everybody. They drafted Embiid with a bag back.
Yeah. They
With
drafted.
back issues.
They drafted him knowing that he was
draft
hurt.
issues.
They,
Back issues.
they drafted him knowing that he was hurt, and was like, okay, go the following year with a bad back and go sit in the lottery and root for somebody real good, and he had no problem with it. He did, I trust the process, and yeah. I mean that whole thing was a sham. They had, so think about it, right? They had Fultz. What's the other kid
Simmons?
that they had? Okay, I was getting
Simmons
it. Simmons. They had the other kid that was the rookie of the year.
New Orleans Noel.
No,
Oh,
they
no,
had
the guard.
They had the guard that was the rookie
from
of
Mass.
the year.
Mike.
Oh, the kid from Salem.
Yeah.
He had-
That went to Syracuse. John Barrow's cousin.
The kid that had two names. What's
Michael
his name?
Carter
No, he
Williams.
went
Michael
to
Carter
yeah,
Williams.
Michael Carter
Michael
Williams. Went to
Michael Carter
Kentucky.
Williams.
Yeah.
Derek knows his name.
He didn't go to Kentucky. He went to Syracuse.
No, he went. Yeah. So listen,
He went to Syracuse.
they've had all these dudes, right? And
Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah, we said that 3 times already, Nate.
That's his name. 3 names. Michael Carter Williams.
yeah.
We just said that 3 times already.
So just
I
think
couldn't
about
hear
it.
you. Your stomach was in your mouth.
Just think about it, right? They've had all those guards, right? Who's left? You drafted all those
Zero.
guys number one.
Yeah.
Who is
Zero.
left?
When you mess up a number one pick,
Who
that
is
sets your
left?
franchise back because you got to develop those
For like a
players.
decade.
Yeah.
They
Like a
said
decade.
process, right? They were processing all those dudes and just letting them go through. You
Mhm.
know? And it's
At least
sad.
the Knicks messed up free agency. They're not messing up draft picks because we don't got them. We just overpay free agents in dismal times like Amari Stoudemire. Well, at least Amari Stoudemire for half season was MVP candidate, and then he did what he usually does, gets hurt.
Yeah.
You're talking about the
Well,
90s.
a newsflash. I talked to Worldwide West today that they're working out my man, number 20, Allen Houston. We need a shooter. We need a shooter, man. They're working out Allen Houston. They're getting him out the desk job.
I'll tell you what, man. Those Knicks fans are wild, man. Did you see what they were doing? Did you see
Yes,
what they were
yes.
doing? How they were ripping down the
Yes.
posters of
And
what's his
rightfully
name?
so. And rightfully so.
Ah, man.
And rightfully so.
So what do you think they're gonna do?
Rightfully
What do you think? Are they gonna trade him next year? Are they gonna try to trade
I
him?
see Charlie Perry throwing shots at me.
I tell people this all the time, man. People don't understand what Julius, no matter what city Julius Randle's been in, he does so much work in the community, man. So it's hard to badmouth him. It really is, man. I mean, he donates millions every year
You
to
just
charities and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't know that. So it's very hard for upper management to ship him, as like damaged goods or anything like that. Because he does so well off the court. But we all know when it comes playoff time, everything dips. Production
Yeah.
dips, shooting dips, percentage dips, free throw attempts dips, defense dips, everything dips. He don't pass the ball. It takes him 5 dribbles to get a shot off.
Didn't he get hurt in the beginning?
Ankle.
Yeah, he did. He
Ankle.
played through the playoffs hurt. His ankle was jammed up,
Yeah.
but there's still no excuse. Paying
I
somebody that type of money.
I think so for me, I thought that they hit their ceiling against Miami. I didn't think they seemed flat. They didn't.
They could have beat the Heat, and if they would have beat the Heat and played the Celtics, they maybe would have got out of there with 1 game. Maybe.
Yeah, I still believe you guys need another player. You need another
We
player.
need a scorer, man.
Yes.
We need a shooter.
Yes.
We need a shooter.
Go get
Doesn't matter if it's a 2 guard or a small forward.
Go
We
get
need a
Carmelo. He's
shooter.
out there.
Carmelo. You want to retread
Well,
that?
I mean, he's better than he'd be the best shooter we'd had.
No, he's a scorer. Well, he was a
Yeah, he
scorer.
is. But I mean, Carmelo's known to gain 25 pounds like it's nothing though.
Listen, Carmelo is happy with watching his son grow.
Yeah,
He's I think he's realized that his career is done.
Oh no, yeah, he's done. He's not trying to play no more.
He's done.
Yeah.
He's not trying to play no more.
Yeah.
The only two players I like that were shooters that came out of Syracuse was him, and I wouldn't even call Billy Owens a shooter. Billy Owens was just tough.
Billy Owens,
he did everything.
He did everything, man.
He did everything, man. He did everything, and then when he came to the league, I don't know what happened to him.
He's not. He's slight foot of quickness.
Well, your man Lawrence Moten just didn't want to hit the gym. He just didn't want to lift.
He was.
Lawrence Moten would have lifted his game. It would have been different.
He was slight foot of quickness as well.
Yeah, but he had so much. He had a nose for the ball. He could get to the spots and get to the line. He did a lot of things well.
He'll give you a quiet 30.
Sounds like a lot of those Syracuse guys were college players, not pro players.
That's what happened when you played his own.
That's true. That's a fact.
That's what happens when you play his own.
Not everybody can be Hoyas.
Ooh.
When was the last time they did anything?
Whoa.
They're Division II now.
Whoa.
Derek, you sound like you're hurt. Relax. You sound like you're hurt.
All I'm saying is that Division II now. Who wants to be who wants to play Division II?
You gotta do some growth.
Yeah, Division II.
They just got a new coach.
UMass Dartmouth will sleep.
Huh?
Their schedule this year, they're opening against UMass Dartmouth.
Yeah, and they lost.
We have no problem with that. We have no problem with that. We're playing Keith. We're playing everybody.
Oh man.
Just an interesting comment I see. Those Philly teams also had Drew Holiday when Jimmy Buckets was there.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
They got rid of all the guys that could have helped them.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler, Drew Holiday, like all the guys that were worth keeping, they shipped them out and kept the leftovers.
Was it Drew Holiday an All-Star?
Yeah, he was a young, good two-way player at the time. 6'5" point guard, lockdown defender.
Yeah.
Man, he had decent size too.
When Michael Carter Williams left, he was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Michael Carter Williams was Rookie of the Year.
They
shipped them out.
They got rid of him for Markel Fultz.
Yep. That worked out.
Yeah. Worked out real well.
For everybody else in the league.
Orlando liked it.
They had a guy that had
they kept him.
a guy that had Tourette's for a shot. I'm like, wait a second, what just happened to him? He just went from shooting
His
like
elbow
this
was
to
all crazy.
I'm like, what the heck just happened to him?
That's in the head.
Guy had Tourette's with his shot.
It's that Maryland water, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, like
That
5 or
DC.
6 pitches on his free throw. Never mind his jumper.
Yeah, that's bad. But hey, listen, it's working out for him in Orlando.
Yeah, he's doing
Hey,
well.
as long as
That
he
was
stays
17
healthy,
He's
I
getting
points.
double figures a game, isn't he?
What's that?
He's getting double figures a game in Orlando, isn't he?
17 points.
Yeah, the
I was
crazy
gonna
part
say,
about it.
He took over the young boy spot at the
17
point.
points.
Hey,
Yeah.
the crazy part about that is Orlando gave the number 1 pick to Philly for Philly to pick him, and then he still ends up in Orlando.
And Boston.
That's because they wanted Mo Bamba.
yeah. True. This is true. This is true.
It's a fact.
Hey,
And
we're gonna put some weight on him. He's gonna be a shot block. I know he's not.
and he hasn't even got off the bench yet.
He's in LA now, right?
He hasn't got off the bench yet.
Yeah, we don't even.
He hasn't even got off the bench. Has he even taken his warm
I was
off?
expecting to see him at Monty's or something.
Has he even taken his warm up off yet? I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. Hey, it is what it is. But thank you for calling in, Nate. We appreciate it.
You got it there, young man. You got it, young man. I'll increase your ratings anytime for free.
All right. Good luck.
Y'all be cool, man.
All right, later.
All right, later.
All right, and finishing off, I didn't even get to some points, some interesting points I wanted to talk about in regards to Boston. We talked about what Miami did, but I started talking, then we got to. So Tatum had the 30 points. It wasn't fluid. It was a lot of it was forced in the second half. It was let me put my head down, let me go to the hole because we're panicking. It seemed that way, and same could be same for Jalen. He did the same thing. He ended up with 22 and 9. But more importantly, those two guys combined had 10 turnovers. 10, 1, 2, 10. 10 turnovers. And Jason Tatum had 3 in the last 3 minutes.
2 travels
And
he
he
threw the
threw
ball
the ball
away.
to Butler.
Yeah.
Right to him. You can't. There's no way you can do that. There's no way. And most importantly, he failed to get a shot up in the fourth quarter. How? Now that is coaching.
Without a doubt.
I would have called a timeout and I would have said, "Listen, we're running a set play for you. We're running our best. We're running our bestest, most goodest play for you right now."
Yeah, the crazy part about it is like even Reggie Miller was calling. Why is Jason Tatum setting
setting
picks at the
picks.
foul line?
Yeah.
And they come back down. There he is again. Like
So most importantly, Boston shot 10 of 29 from 3-point land. They didn't even get up their average for threes, and more importantly, the 10 out of 29. That's not going to do it.
and then the crazy part about another crazy thing about that is in the first half, they had like 46 points in the paint.
All in the paint.
And second half,
I'm going to tell you something.
they went away from it.
I'm going to tell you something, and a lot of people probably didn't notice it. So in the beginning of the third quarter, you know what happened? Marcus Smart got hurt.
Yep.
He went to the locker room.
Yep.
And as soon as he left, that's when they went on the run. If you notice in the first half, he had 9 assists.
He had 10 assists in the first half.
Was it 10?
He had 10 assists
Okay.
in the first half.
So he was dropping dimes to everybody.
Yep.
He was getting in the middle of the floor. He was either finishing or dishing, making good plays. Hence, we come to the second half. He got hurt right away. I don't know if it was his knee or something, but he went in the back, got treatment. When he came back, they were already down by 8 points.
Momentum switch.
And they could never recapture it back. It just went south really quick. And I don't know if a lot of people noticed that. I mean, but I noticed it. There was no fluidness to their offense. It was just one pick and chuck a shot. And then Miami was grabbing the ball. Bam was grabbing it off to the races. Layup 3-point or kick out 3-point. And the barrage just happened. Once again, lose at home. They're 4-4 in the playoffs at home. That is very bad. 4-4 at home. You can't be a championship team and not protect home court. It just can't happen. They are literally the reverse of what Golden State was.
Yeah.
You know, 4-4. You're not going to win.
Can't be a championship team at 4-4.
No, you're not going to win.
No.
You can't hang your hat that you're going to come back and win game 6s and game 7s when it matters most. It's just eventually your luck is going to run out.
Especially, you got a team that's been playing their ass off if they're in the conference championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, eventually your luck is going to run out, and it it's going to be a wrap. So with that being said, I'm hoping that they're going to come out tomorrow with and play with their hair on fire.
They win by at least 20 tomorrow.
I'll take that bet.
At least.
I'll take that bet.
That's what Boston does. They dig themselves a hole and then they come roaring out.
I don't
It
know.
is
I wouldn't
not
say
consistent.
I can't say 20, man.
I'm saying they're going to win by 20 tomorrow. It's going to be a total team effort.
That's a lot of points.
And Jimmy can only do so much every game. Like somebody else, he's going to need help. He got it game 1.
That is a lot of points. With that being said, game 2 is tomorrow, and I think we all just kind of gave up our predictions for tomorrow. You said by 20.
I say Boston wins, but
I say Boston wins.
It's going to be close.
I say they're going to win, but I think I won't say 20. I'll say 12, 14 comfortably.
You think double figures?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
I say under 10.
I'm going to say.
Remember,
double
they were pretty much up 10 in the first half.
I'm going to say. I'm going to say
play the second half.
I'm going to say that it will be a comfortable 12 to 14 point win.
I think that they gave Miami more confidence than they already had. So I still think Boston wins, but it's going to be under 10.
I just look at it this way. I don't think that they're going to blaze and shoot that well again from 3. I don't foresee it happening. Law of averages are going to start kicking.
And
in.
Boston understands They have to win this game.
Yeah, it's a must-win.
They're
a
going to
must-win.
come out
It's a
firing on
must-win.
all
You can't go
cylinders.
down 0-2.
Yeah, and then go into Miami.
and then go into Miami and expect to win 2 to come back to Boston. Where you're 4-4. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, we'll wrap that. When we come back, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna keep it in the NBA.
More basketball.
We're gonna talk about coaching vacancies. We're gonna talk about John Morant. So make sure you keep it locked right
I thought you
here.
said we're keeping it in the NBA.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well,
NBA draft.
some things I think might be in the NBA. Some things
Sorry,
might be suspended.
I had to. I'm sorry.
But at any rate, keep it locked right here to WNB1 Radio, straight to the point sports.
It's no secret that
So tell them that WMB1 Radio made the referral for you. Welcome back to WMB1 Radio, and the shirt that you're viewing right now on the screen, the lovely powder blue with yellow and white UCLA colors. Those right there are going to be the shirts that we're having for the annual Father's Day cookout that we have every year down at Hazelwood Park. So if anyone's interested in obtaining one, hit me up, and you can be sporting one down on Father's Day.
Don't be left out.
That's right.
Especially in that picture.
That's right. Don't be left out. Okay, so as promised, before we went to the break, we're going to talk about some NBA coaching vacancies that are going on, and if you were a coach, what job would you want to have?
Considering they're all playoff winning organizations.
Honestly,
Yes.
me personally, I would go with Philly.
Philly. So let's just name them first. So you got Detroit. Okay.
Wait.
Wait, hold on.
I forgot they were in the running.
Listen.
No,
I
I know.
want to tell you. So we got Detroit, we got Milwaukee, we've got Philadelphia, Phoenix, and Toronto. The job for Houston has already been sold up by our old friend Ime Udoka. Snatched it up like he snatched that. I mean, wait,
He
hold
was
on.
off it
Hold
by
on.
3 or 4 teams.
Hold on. Wait, that's a little insensitive.
I think Steve missed that one.
That's
I
a
heard
little.
it.
That's a little
I heard
insensitive.
it.
But yeah, so he's going to be the new coach for the Houston Rockets. And you know what kills me? How and why is James Harden linked to the Houston Rockets? After watching him in Game 7,
He was there already.
listen, after watching him in Game 7, I wouldn't even give him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
He left. He was
And-
there already. He left them high and dry already.
Yeah.
Well, you know what type
he had
of
no
coach
choice.
Udoka is. Is he going to buy into it? Because Udoka's not going to take no nonsense.
No, I don't think he'd be a good.
Will
fit
he
with
be
them.
able to
First and
control Harden?
foremost, he likes guys that play defense.
Exactly.
And let's just say James Harden didn't play much defense. Okay. So I don't know why, when as soon as Philly's season was over, they were like, oh, James Harden, Houston Rockets. Listen, Houston has got a lot of young talent there.
They don't need a James.
And
Harden.
they've got a lot of draft picks. Listen, him going back there is only going to put those guys a year and a
'cause
half
He's going
back.
to take development time
Yeah.
away from somebody.
Yeah. Why would you want to bring a guy who's at the, 3/4 through his career? Why would you want to bring him in there? And he's going to take all the shots.
And he's
Why?
gonna hold on to the ball for
Why?
31, for 20, 22 seconds out of 24.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. So Barry is saying Sam Cassell. Not a bad choice.
Sam Cassell, what for Philly?
For Philly.
I don't think they're gonna go with him. I think they're gonna go with somebody that's been, I think they're gonna go with somebody that's
Now,
has the coaching
So
resume.
who do you think? You think they're gonna go with somebody that's been fired already, or
Doesn't matter. Right situation, right style.
Where do you think Mark Jackson goes?
Well, he's been rumored to us.
I don't think he.
I don't think he's gonna.
he's-
I don't
But
think he's
my
gonna leave.
number one choice for us is Nick Nurse, the old Toronto, because when he only had Kawhi, he made that situation. We didn't know who Nick Nurse was.
Yeah,
He had Kawhi at his peak, and he turned that into a championship. Oh no!
why did he leave Toronto?
He got fired this year because they thought they should have developed those younger players. They don't have a,
Did he
a,
get fired?
a veteran.
Did he leave?
No, he got fired.
5 seasons there and a NBA championship. As I said before, you have him and Budenholzer. Both
Yeah.
have championships.
The two
under their
best
belt.
candidates out there, but because
Wait.
we fired Budenholzer, he's not an option for us.
Doc
Yeah.
Rivers got a championship under his belt too.
I'm not taking Doc Rivers.
I'm not
'cause
saying
Yeah,
you.
but that was in 2008.
but he still got one.
Now
Yeah,
we're
but
talking.
He also got a reputation of losing 3-1,
We're
3-2.
we're talking about in this century.
You
Um,
said coaches with championships. He had
yeah,
championships.
yeah, but the 2008.
All right, well, who would
that's
you
a long
want
time
for-
ago.
Except for Toronto and Detroit, all those teams are winning organizations. You got stuff to work with in each one of
Wait,
those.
Toronto's a winning. They're not bad.
No, but they're not in the playoffs now. They're
No.
not ready
They-
to win.
they
They're
were-
on the cusp. They have
They were in the
potential.
play-in.
Yeah,
All
play
right,
in.
but the other guys are ready.
There's only 3 teams that don't make it.
Milwaukee, Philly, and
Playoffs.
Phoenix.
Or play
Yeah,
in.
Milwaukee, Philly, and Phoenix are the 3 most desirable jobs because they can win right
Yeah,
now with the right situation.
They're going to be in the mix.
You have the best chance to succeed.
Yeah, they're going to be in the mix. So, Detroit, Houston, and Toronto. Yeah, nah, I don't see them.
I see
making leaps
Budenholzer
and
going to
bounds.
Philly,
And
and hopefully Nick Nurse coming to us.
but Phoenix, Philly, and Milwaukee, on the other hand, with the right coach. Now, I'm going to say something, and Barry, you can maybe answer to this. He's saying that later the doc, Harris, Harden, and Niang. You mad at Niang because he grabbed Jaylen Brown's leg and pretty much cost that they went on the run after that.
I know.
But I'm going to say something about Philly. All right. I'm not sure if I even want to bring back James Harden.
Wow.
Well, he
I
wasn't.
think that's
He wasn't.
mutual.
He wasn't bad for them.
No.
In Game
Well,
7,
Yeah,
that's
when
it.
they-
in
I'm
Game
saying- I'm
7,
I'm saying
once again,
for the whole year though, he wasn't bad.
granted, he won you a couple of
He
games.
won you the game 1 and game what 4? 4?
5.
Was it game 5?
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
had to come back and win Game 6 and 7. But listen, in Game 7, he looked like an old man. And listen, his kryptonite, just like Doc, is Game 7s. We know what happens in Game 7s.
What did Embiid didn't do shit in game 7 either.
True. Embiid pretty much didn't do anything that whole series. I think he had one good game where he was like the man, but he didn't have a 50-point game.
Nah.
MVPs typically they're going to hit you for a 50 spot. So I wouldn't if I'm the Sixers, I go out and the money that I'm paying James Harden, I'll pay 2 B-level guys
Yeah.
to give me more depth.
Yeah. Because you already got a Maxey there. Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris got to go. He's
Um,
getting paid $36 million a year.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I for the life of me,
that
$36
money right
million
there gets you 2 mid-level players, and then get
Yeah.
rid of Harden and get another 2. Now your
yeah,
depth has just gone.
yeah. So I would take obviously because Maxey is going to. I would think that you would want to lock him up next year. He's only making $4 million. That's a crying shame.
Who is?
Maxey.
Maxey, he's on a rookie
Well,
contract.
yeah, he's-
But think
that'll
about it,
change.
right?
Charlie, watch your mouth.
$4 million to 36 or whatever Tobias Harris makes,
Mhm.
and he was the number 2 scorer. But as far correct me if I'm wrong. Call in 774-425-2631. If you are the Philadelphia 76ers, are you bringing back James Harden next year? And he took a pay cut this year. He's going to want like max money.
Wow, that's the number. Look what Barry just posted.
39.
$39 million. Woohoo! That makes it even worse. It makes it even worse.
2 $15 million a year. No, 2 $20 million a year players. You can get
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's some
Exactly.
good talent.
That's mid-level talent, which will give you depth. Okay. Because he in my eyes, he's a mid-level player.
Yeah, he
Getting
is.
paid max money.
I'd rather have 2 people contributing than
He's getting
Hope
paid.
and Harris.
Yeah,
contributes.
that's crazy. So if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Barry, do you want Harden to come back next year?
No, you don't.
Go after
He
the
don't.
best free agent
He don't
point
want
guard out
Harden.
there.
He don't want Doc.
A real point guard.
Well, what did he say in his comments? He said
He said bye to those guys already.
he said Harden.
Harden, Doc,
Harden,
Harris.
Harris, and
Okay.
Yang.
All right, yeah, no. I mean,
and the trainer. He didn't like the trainer. either.
if I'm a Philly fan, I want Harden as far as away as he can get from the team, because he, this was supposed to be his prove it year, and he proved that he's a Game 7 flop, like he proved like when he was in Houston.
I was watching NBA today, or NBA Live, whatever it's called.
NBA Jump.
Yeah, they were talking about bringing in Kyrie Irving
I don't know if he fits the team.
because they said that Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving won't go missing in a Game 7.
No, he
No,
going to
he'll
shoot.
go missing during the regular season, though.
He gonna shoot. But if I had to pick between the two, I'm taking Kyrie.
I'm taking
Irving.
Kyrie over Harden
all day,
all day long.
all day long. Yeah, I'll take Kyrie all day long.
And isn't he younger too?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'd take Kyrie all day long. But yeah, I if you can't, I mean, I don't know what the free agent class looks like this year, but just the $39 million with Tobias Harris.
Even if there isn't a free agent out there, I'm looking to make a trade.
Yeah, you look to make a trade. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
I'll take on some salary from another team
Listen,
in order to get the point guard I want.
there will always be sellers. All right, there will always be sellers. At some point in some time, somebody's going to sell, and that's what I'd be looking for. But yeah. So in regards to Phoenix, that's going to be a good situation because they seen their future if they don't address their depth thing.
yeah, but
If they don't address their depth thing, which
they got to do it on free agency.
well, yeah. So
Plenty of money to
this
clear.
is the thing, right? Here we go again. Are we going to see? Is the center going to be there next year?
Yeah, Ayton.
Is he going to be there next year? The way
He was
the way
disgruntled.
things ended this year,
They were disgruntled with him.
I think he'll be the first one out the door. I think
And
he'll be.
he signed a good
Yeah,
contract.
he just signed a big
So
contract.
you can get 2 mid-level players, and that brings you a little more depth. One extra player, 220 million.
I mean,
he's making 30-something million, 36.
Well, he just signed a max deal.
Yeah, I think he was getting 36 last year. He might be getting more this year.
So obviously, Kevin Durant came 3/4 of the way through the season.
Yep.
So you can't say, oh, he came over, before, halfway through the season, before halfway. It was kind of run on the fly because you got to remember he got hurt. The freak accident, him trying to lay the ball up, and he was out for 3 weeks, which delayed, a lot of their, their continuity and all that. So it put them back, and you didn't really see them get exposed until they played against a good team, with no depth and just him and Book. It's like, what are you gonna do?
That's why I think Phoenix is not the top destination for a coach,
No.
because not only is Ayton gone, I'm pretty sure Chris Paul's gone.
Oh yeah, they're talking about him going to the Lakers.
Yeah. But you got to replace both those players, and you don't have no draft
There's
picks.
no draft.
So you have to go after other free agents, and we don't know who's going to be available and who's going to be a fit. But if you could trade Ayton,
Kyrie.
that'll be a tough sell. You think
No,
KD wants to play with him again?
No, I don't know. I doubt it, but I don't know.
I think that love affair is done.
You trade Ayton.
I think he found a new girlfriend in Booker,
Yeah.
and I think he's good with
because
that.
Booker has a basketball mind.
Well,
That's all he cares
no.
about is winning.
First and foremost, it's someone that you can trust. That that's going to be.
He's going to be
Yeah,
there. He's
yeah,
going to be there.
that
He's not
too.
going to.
with Kyrie.
No show.
Kyrie. He'll go to. He'll
drama free.
he'll go to.
Well, I don't know. He's dating a Kardashian.
He'll go to a quiet room and like the quarterback and come out with a different.
Mr. Rogers.
philosophy or something. Who's dating a Kardashian?
Booker.
He's not. He was.
Not
She's
anymore,
dating
no?
Bad Bunny.
Oh, I don't know. Kylie,
I don't know.
Kendra, there's a whole bunch of them.
I don't know if they're dating,
She's
but
dating Bad
they,
Bunny.
they kind of. He
They're
looked
on
like
vacation everywhere.
It looked like he was trying to holler real quick.
They don't even speak the same language.
Really?
Really?
Oh, yeah, he's
I've
saying
been
that.
hearing out.
Oh, I
on the
didn't
radio
know
He's
every
been
day.
with her. He's been with her. He even took shots at Devin Booker in one of his songs. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and the dude is like 4'9".
I know. I know.
So I'd be quiet, and I wouldn't go courtside.
Yeah.
If you're playing against Phoenix.
Phoenix.
But yeah, so for me, it would be Milwaukee that would be the prime one.
Yes.
I mean, you have, albeit the way the season ended, because of Giannis being hurt, that would be the most attractive job.
And a big part of our problem, bad decisions when coaching. So if somebody is a little bit better decision maker, I liked Budenholzer, but I didn't like.
Was it decision making or just not making adjustments?
He didn't make
But
any
that's part of-
adjustments.
yeah.
He
To
didn't
me,
make
that's
any
all
adjustments.
tied together.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
right.
With the
Talk
Miami
about
game.
you watching the Celtics. I'm watching the same thing like I'm in freaking what's the Groundhog Day. I'm like, yo, they do Jimmy Butler again? Like it was so frustrating that everybody, the announcers, the fans, everybody can see what's happening. We're like, take the ball out of Jimmy's hands. We never did it, and now we're home on vacation.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
Mm.
It happens. It happens.
If they get Nick Nurse, I think they'll re-sign Middleton and they'll re-sign Lopez short-term 3-year contracts because they're both in their 30s.
Lopez actually worked out for you guys.
He did, but he's
Shot a
up
career
this year
high.
and freaking we have to re-sign him and Middleton.
He shot a career high from 3-pointer.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep him.
Yeah.
And his defense. He was one of the top defensive players of the year.
He plays D, man.
Rebounds. Hey, I'm taking him.
He's a strong guy.
They got Drew Holiday. They're ready to win. They have to stay healthy. They need the right leader. So they're the most team ready to win team out there.
Yeah.
Philly got to make some moves because you got Tobias Harris and all those guys you're letting go.
Yeah, it's a retool for Philly.
Yeah.
They have to reload the cupboard. The cupboard's going to be bare. I think they need to, as Barry said, is to get rid of some of those guys and to retool with different talent.
Now, like let's say Philly was to get rid of Harris. Do they have to eat any of that?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because nobody else wants to
ago.
take on that type.
He
of
signed
money.
2 years ago.
Yeah, he still got money left on it.
He signed.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know that.
So they're gonna have to eat some of it.
I was just curious on how that worked.
And getting rid of Harden will make that a destiny. Who doesn't want to go play with Embiid? And who doesn't want to play with a becoming star like
a
Maxey?
free agent. He's a free agent.
Yeah. But don't bring him back. Don't even try to negotiate. Like he's gone.
Harden?
Yeah.
He's a free agent.
So
and he took a pay cut.
Yeah, he took a pay cut. He wanted to play on a prove me deal and say I'm all in. And
I go after a real legit point guard, and Maxey becomes the off guard.
Who's out there?
You can trade. You can
Chris Paul?
No, he's too old.
Yeah.
He's too old. He's like that car.
I know
that you
who would
fall
be a
in love
perfect fit with him.
and you've had for
Michael
15
Phelps?
years.
No, there's a perfect fit, but I don't know if this team will give him up because he's their franchise right now. Is SGA?
Oh yeah, he's not going nowhere.
But if they could pry him away, he'd be what they need because he does everything. He can score when he has to. He can pass when he has to.
He's the cornerstone.
Yeah, he's the
cornerstone.
First
but
team.
small
He's all
market
first
team.
team.
I know.
He's our first team. He's not going
He ain't
nowhere.
going nowhere.
But if they gave them enough,
Well,
Yeah, but then you give him enough, and then you're screwed again. Just like Phoenix.
watch this, Barry. I got a replacement guy for you. You can have Pritchard.
Barry just turned off our show.
You can have Pritchard.
Barry's flipping you off right now.
But
But you need somebody young and dynamic like SGA. Whether he's not the guy, somebody else. You need a proven point guard, and then move Maxey to the off guard. And you can find small forwards. You can find 3-and-D guys, people that didn't work out other places. You can bring them in. They can do at least what Tobias Harris was doing for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but think about it. Like if they was to just play with that, what does Philly have to offer?
Cap relief, because without Harden's contract and without Harris's contract, they got a lot of money. So I could eat a lot of money from another team that needs cap relief and dangle a pick out there somewhere.
it's hard.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna be in the 30s.
for cap-
3-way trade.
for cap
520.
relief, you have to go after teams like OKC that have young guys that have no one really signed, and I think they're done taking on veterans. You got to remember they took on what's his name, Russell Westbrook, to eat up the contract salary for a little while. They just eat up money, but these guys, they're done eating up. They're trying to tool for the future. They kind of did their process, and now they want to stop building their team.
So would you go to Philly or Phoenix first? Because we think Milwaukee's the most attractive job because they're ready to win without doing anything. They just got to re-sign their own players. Where would you go first?
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because both teams are going to have, Phoenix is pretty much decimated with depth. To get KD, they gave up a lot.
And that's why I don't think they're the dream job.
Yeah, they gave up a lot. Philly, on the other hand, Joel Embiid is locked up for another 4 years. Maxey is
You're going to resign
is
him
going to be
with some of the
resigned.
money you save
Yes.
without Harris and Harden.
And I can't hang. I don't know if you can. How much longer you can hang your hat on Tucker?
Yeah.
He's
Right.
37.
He's disposable
Yeah,
too.
He's 37.
teammate to have,
He's undersized. He's a role player. But how many are you going to sacrifice in paying him? I know he's getting paid pretty good, decent. When that spot can be go to somebody else that's going to give you more offense, maybe, because you can't continue to just to sit in the corner and take 0 field goal attempts in a playoff game. It's just not going to happen. But those are the coaching vacancies, and we dove into what they're going to be facing, what might transpire when whoever gets there and takes
the
the coaching
last thing
job.
I wanted to mention about the coaching, there was only one that I was surprised got canned.
Who's that?
Phoenix. Was it his
Monty
fault?
Williams.
Yeah, was it his fault? You got no bench.
Yeah.
And got a
You
disgruntled
got
center.
Ayton, not doing what he's supposed to be doing. There's already drama between him and Ayton, and you kept Ayton and you got rid of him.
He had a winning record.
Yeah, why not keep him around? He knows the team. You have to find better pieces to put around them guys. But
It's going to be whoever comes in. You might have to take some lumps until if they don't address it and
KD
and hit,
only got this much of a window. 2-3 years. They're gonna win.
But the thing with him is he's getting fragile too.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting hurt. A lot of things. Listen, him and LeBron. You look at it, right?
But LeBron's built different. Though.
But I know LeBron's built different. But the injury bug the last 3 years have hit both of them.
Yep.
They're not immune to getting hurt anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get hurt, those injuries, like a
Take
sprained
longer.
ankle, instead of them being out a week, it turns into 3 weeks. I'm just saying. I know LeBron's built differently.
Just send Nick
But-
Nurse to Milwaukee.
Those things, it seems like the older they get, the longer those injuries are taken to heal up. All right. So unless you've been under a rock, John Morant's been suspended indefinitely.
Oh, so we're not talking about the NBA anymore.
He might not be in it anymore.
That's what I'm
Not
just-
be in the NBA.
I'm messing around. I'm messing around.
Suspended indefinitely for second gun incident on social media.
And I think
What
that
an idiot.
indefinitely is quite substantial.
So it's unfortunate, but people are saying he's crazy, he's this, he's that. Understand one thing. This is today's generation. Okay, social media drives a lot of the youth, and let's not get it twisted. Ja Morant is a young adult. He is of this generation.
Yep.
Okay, he grew up in this generation, and social media runs their life. Okay, it's better to have 2 million followers and do something stupid as he did. How many times do we see people like literally ratting themselves out on social media? And this
what
was
did he think he
and
was
this was
gonna
a classic
accomplish in
case.
a positive way? Nothing positive could have came out of it.
Hey,
But-
not for nothing. He probably didn't think that his boy was going to put that on Instagram. Though.
Listen, but
Just doing it is stupid. I understand what you're
if
saying.
I'm seeing somebody with a phone,
Yeah.
I already know
Hey,
I'm under a
it
microscope
was
now.
like,
yeah, he was like, but he was going with the song.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, buck, throw
They
your
were-
guns in the air.
Was
You know-
he was in a car too. Correct?
Yeah, he was the
Like-
passenger. But the thing is, right? You know that you just messed up, right? Why would you even? As soon as I seen the phone,
Yeah.
I'd have been like,
Yo, stop it.
I wouldn't
Yo.
even be in a car that had a
I'd
gun.
have been like this.
Yo, but
it was
but,
his gun.
But listen,
Oh.
it depends on where he was because I think they say
An
Tennessee.
open carry,
Tennessee, you don't have to have a license.
open carry. Yeah. So this is where I was getting at. Okay. So now you have people that are coming for him, and then you got people that are, that are coming for him that are saying, oh, he's childish. He should get what he deserves. And then you have other people that are saying, hold on, wait a second. If a crime wasn't committed and he did nothing wrong, because he was in an open carry state.
Yeah.
We do not know the state that he was in, if he even has a license. We don't know all these details.
But
This is being investigated now.
Yes.
We don't know.
But due to previous circumstances, he understood where the commissioner
Yes,
felt. He
yes.
should have been as far away from having even a water gun anywhere around him. And he still took that chance and to put himself in this position. I don't care if it's open state or not. You have to overcome that image you created with the first instance. And now all you've done is add to it.
All right, so this was the interview the day of the lottery with Malika Anderson and the commish. So watch this clip and we'll talk about it after. Oh, we're having problems with our video. Listen to the audio. All right, so that was the commissioner, and he was being interviewed by Malika Anderson. That was pre-lottery draft, and the commissioner made it pretty clear.
Charlie said there's no audio right now.
Pretty clear. He made it pretty clear that audio for who? Audio for us?
On Facebook?
I got audio.
Or maybe it was for the clip.
No, the clip. There was no audio for the clip. I don't know. I heard it here. So, at any rate, the commissioner basically it was for the clip.
The interview.
I don't know. I'll try to get another one and see if it'll work. But the commissioner made it abundantly clear that there's going to be even more serious consequences.
And that's the scary part because he got 8 games already. But the commissioner is going to say you didn't get the message. So how many games does it have to be for a Ja to get the message now? How severe will a penalty be? Because I'm thinking minimum 20, 25 games. Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum 20? You said 20 to 25?
Yep.
Minimum?
Somewhere in that area. Minimum. He could get more.
Out of an 82 game season?
Yep. Because you
season.
got 8 already.
As you know, discipline it gets progressively worse.
Yeah, no,
at least double it up, but I think they
offense.
might triple it up.
But What if it's in like this? If it comes out that it was in Tennessee, where
Doesn't matter. He was already warned about the image that having a gun does to the
no,
NBA.
no, I'm with you.
So even if it's open carry, he should have had nothing to do with promoting gun use. And he still, and I'm sure Silver told him that.
No, I'm
positive.
I'm agreeing with you 100%. I'm just curious and
Yeah.
All right.
what's your take on that?
I just think that he violated the commissioner's trust, and the commissioner has to make an example out of him, whether he wants to or not. And it's got to be severe.
All right. So as I said, we have people who are on the other side that are actually advocating for him, saying, okay, no crime was committed. He could have been in a state where it was open carry. It could have been a state where he had his license to carry.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know this yet. It's being investigated. We will find out. All these questions will answer. But on first take, JJ Redick was at it, and this was his take.
When we talked about this yesterday, one of the things that I mentioned was we weren't privy to the conversations when he was first suspended. We didn't know if they had discussed, another infraction, what the penalty would be. And it seems pretty clear from that conversation between Adam and Malika that actually wasn't discussed. It wasn't discussed if there was another incident. And I'll say this again, in both these gun waving incidents on IG Live, there has been no law that's been broken, as far as we know. Colorado police investigated, no law was broken. Assuming this is in Tennessee, open carry allowed in that state, assuming he has a permit for whatever it may be, no law has been broken. The reason I bring that up, it is very clear in our CBA what happens if you fail a drug test for performance-enhancing drugs or a street drug, a narcotic. It's very clear. It's this amount of games. It's very clear if you get a certain amount of technicals or a certain amount of flagrants, how much you're going to be suspended. And so that's where I think a 40-game suspension, the precedence for that, for not breaking a law. Again, we can go into the backstory of the incident with the teenager, Jaws, claiming self-defense, that the teenager threw the ball in his face. We can go into the incident at the mall when he yelled at his security guard. We can go into the incident with the Indiana Pacers traveling party. As far as we know, all of these things have been investigated and no law has been broken. I'm not condoning the behavior. I'm not saying there should be no punishment. There should be. There should be consequences. You are the face of the league. You are representing the NBA. You are a role model to young kids. All of that. I don't think half a season is the right answer. And the last point I want to make, because you bring this up, the guns on social media. We talk about consequences. Look, in our country right now, gun culture is pervasive. It's pervasive. We've got mass shooting after mass shooting, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. So I get why we're so sensitive to this right now. But there's no consequence for Greg Abbott telling his constituents that they should go buy more guns, and then we have mass shooting after mass shooting in Texas. There's no consequence for an elected Tennessee official to send out a Christmas card holding AR-15s with his young family, and then there's a shooting in his very district. There's no consequences to that. So why are we trying to lay down the hammer on a 23-year-old who didn't break a law? Explain that to me.
Woo!
Damn, he got mad.
He went in.
He got mad.
He went in. So I tend to agree with like a portion of what he says, only because, and if you listen to the part where he said there is no clarity in the CBA saying anything about it, anything if you're caught.
Definite. Yep.
Yeah. So we all know that the go-to is if you do anything, something along those lines to the integrity of your team or whatever, it goes under that. So there's a lot to unravel here. I mean, but just looking off the rip, obviously we know that it was foolish for him to do because it wasn't even a month removed a little over a month removed from his first incident. And then you go and you do it again. It's almost as if you didn't learn anything.
That's my problem.
But even more so than that, you should think about your brand. All right. So let's talk about his brand, right? So we know how much money he lost for not making one of the all NBA teams.
Yep.
He could have gotten a Supermax. He could have got a Supermax extension onto something along the lines in which Jaylen Brown is getting, Jason Tatum is getting. And without making that, he gets nada. Okay. So basically, what he's lost is somewhere in the range of $30 million a year over 4 years. So we're talking over $100 million.
And that's only one source of income.
Yes. We're not even talking about his sponsors.
Nike.
Nike's already pulled his sneaker. Coca-Cola, we've yet to hear about. He also lost Gatorade. He was supposed to be on, he was supposed to be all in and up, all over Gatorade. They pulled that even before it got a chance to air. So we're not even, we're just touching on his NBA salary. We're not talking about what he makes on the outside. But he obviously he had no regard for it.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
And my
gun.
point is he's young and he probably has the mindset of like, you know what? I can go out and get something else.
Yeah, good luck.
But
Not
the thing is, right? When you're that young, making that amount of money with that much fame, sometimes you're not deterred by it. You want to continue to push the envelope, because you think there's going to be another one and another one until there's not one. So I honestly don't think that even still now, he doesn't really get the full gist of it. I firmly believe that once the commissioner says you will be suspended 25, 30, 35, 40 games, and he's left there with no contact with his team because you cannot engage in any dating. You can't work out with them. Nothing. No team activities. You can call them on the phone. That's about it. But when that brotherhood isn't there and you're sitting back and you're watching them and you're like, damn, I could have made that basket. I could have helped them win there. I think that's when it'll hit. I think the the 8 games wasn't enough.
And that's why I say he has to get a more substantial one this time around.
Well, I mean, I wish the video would have been shown, because if you've seen the commissioner's face, his face was
disappointment.
It was disappointment, but it was almost like shock. Like, I can't believe he did this so soon again. And basically, he was saying, listen, it's all under investigation, and discipline is progressive. And typically, if it was 8 games, you're not going to get nothing less than 8 games. It's going to go up a notch or 2 or 3.
And JJ Redick went hard for him. But at the same point, to counteract what he said, he didn't commit a crime. Did he commit a crime the first time when he got 8 games?
No.
So there's my board that I'm judging it with.
So basically,
but there was
basically the NBA is looking out for their logo.
Yep.
They want their image to be protected more so than just the individual. They don't want to. So this is not new, but it is new because of the fact that now social media is playing into it. We've had guns before inside the facility. We know this, right?
Yeah.
And it was 2 players pretty much that were gambling inside of a locker room, and it got to the point where it got verbal, and it was like, oh, you want to put your gun in? Well, I'll go. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get my gun. Put your gun down. We've heard the behind the scenes stories. It's happened. It's like NBA legend, but they don't want it to get to this point. So before it gets to that point, they are going to make an example of John Morant. And I don't want to hear anything racial, because you can't say, well, he's a black kid, or it's not about racial. It's about right and wrong at this point.
Exactly.
It's about right and wrong. And he's actually taking a step in the right direction, and said, released a statement saying, I know a lot of people are disappointed in me. But I'm going to try to be a better person. We heard that the last time. Words are only words. We want to see actions. We want to see you grow up. We want to see you mature. We want to see you play for another 10 years. But at the rate you're going, you're not going to play 5 years, because you can't keep getting progressively worse and worse and worse, because all you're doing is you're decreasing your value.
Yep.
And I'd like to say I hope he learns. I said it after the first time, and apparently it's been less than 2 months.
So imagine how the commissioner feels.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The look on his face was like, I can't believe that we're here again in such a short amount of time. After I met with him.
He didn't even let the paint dry.
Exactly.
The paint was still wet.
Exactly. And like I said, it's not it's a right and a wrong thing. And I hear what JJ Redick is saying. I understand it. I understand that the him going hard, you got to remember, he's a player. He's a player. He's not on the executive side of the NBA. He's still a player. And we also did forget to mention that he also got a job interview. JJ Redick.
Yeah.
But so, he's looking more at a player's perspective as opposed to an executive perspective. But now, let's say 3 or 4 years down the road, he gets a coaching job. I'm sure he wouldn't go as hard.
No.
He would look at it because you can't.
You got to see it from
You got to see it from the executive part. You're now a coach. You're now faculty. You're not a player, and you have to see it from you have to keep it to a certain level where you don't want to encourage this type of thing.
No.
You want your players to go out and to be able to report to practice the next day. That's what it's all about, right? So if he were to go on and secure a job, I'm sure if this were to happen, the words coming out of his mouth wouldn't be as intense, and it would be a lot different. But he's going hard because he's still a player. And I understand it. I understand what he's saying. But it all comes down to being right and wrong. All right, moving on. Our last subject. So there's a fight going on this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. It's not Tank though, but there's a fight. It's not Tank.
Oh, it does affect Tank.
Yeah. In Lomo.
I don't think
Saturday
so.
night?
I don't think so.
Well,
If the money's there,
But
you'll
the
make
thing-
it work.
The thing is, if Haney, if the champion wins, he's moving up regardless. The champion's moving up regardless. I think. I don't
Even if
think
there's a major payday to stay at 135,
he
he
can.
won't stay one more fight.
He can probably get that major payday at the next fight up.
Not in the next fight.
They're talking about if he wins here and he goes up, he's getting a title shot.
Who's the title holder at Josh Taylor?
He's getting the winner of the Taylor thing fight.
Taylor's fighting somebody good.
He's fighting
Jack Harrell?
no, he's fighting who just went up? Who just fought? Who beat?
Teofimo,
Yeah,
Teofimo Lopez.
yeah, that's who he's fighting. They said he'll get the winner of that fight.
who Lomachenko lost to?
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
I think the bigger draw would be everybody wants to see either him or Stevenson fight Davis. So I think that would be the money fight.
I think-
So if I had to stay one more fight to get that big payday, I can always move up. And then it's better because if he loses, he moves up to the next division and claims he can't make the weight. But I don't think he's going to get the same payday if Tank comes knocking and says, let's do it. He wins and Tank's at the fight and he goes, all right, we're next.
I don't think he's going to do it.
Then he's afraid.
I think he's trying to avoid Tank as much as possible.
I'd take that as an excuse more than if I got a chance to make $40 million.
Yeah. Well,
So we're talking about all the what he got to win Saturday night.
Yeah, that's not guaranteed.
He got to win Saturday night.
Lomachenko is very dangerous.
Listen, we know the story with Lomo. He took some time off to go fight
in a war
for his country, for Ukraine. All right, it's very real. He's not the only professional athlete. We watched the other
heavyweight.
another heavyweight.
The heavyweight.
Yeah.
The one that Tyson Fury beat.
Yeah.
No.
No.
The one that had a brother, Klitschko.
Yeah, the Klitschko's.
Vladimir.
Yeah.
He went to fight.
Yeah, we watched them on CNN, literally in a bunker with guns.
Yeah. Usyk went too.
I'm saying to myself, I'm like, wait a second, this doesn't seem right.
See, I thought Usyk was Russian, and Lomachenko and thing were Ukrainian.
I don't know.
I thought he was Ukrainian, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I recall, like I said, and now you had Lomachenko doing the same thing and showing their allegiance for their country. That's huge.
That's
You're
pretty
walking
powerful.
away from millions of dollars when you could have easily stayed here.
In a safe environment, even though boxing is not the easiest thing to.
But it's a lot. I'd rather you punch me than shoot a gun at me.
I'd rather take the
Yeah,
punches.
loaded glove than a loaded gun.
I'd rather take the loaded gloves than dodge the bullets and bombs and all that stuff.
Who and why?
But
going with Lomachenko.
So Derek likes Lomo,
Yes,
which he's going with the underdog.
I'm going with Lomo.
He's going with Lomo. And you know who we need to get back on the show?
Thomas,
Tom.
where you at?
Yes.
Well, when we see the fight happen, when we recap it,
Yes, next week.
next week we'll try to schedule his time.
Yes, we're gonna have to put out. We're gonna have to put out a call for our.
He's still
Boston
celebrating his
aficionado.
Seahawks draft.
But yeah. So I'm just hoping for an entertaining fight.
You got to pick.
I'm gonna go with Haney. I'm gonna say because of the fact that you've got the young and you've got the older. I think he'll do enough to win the fight. Probably. I'm not gonna say knockout. I'm gonna say decision.
And therefore, I'm going to say it's not going to be a great fight. Because he's going to do what he got to do to win.
If there's a knockout, it's going to be Devin Haney getting knocked out.
Right.
Devin
And that's
Haney-
going to be
Devin Haney's not
Lomachenko
gonna
catching him early with
Yeah.
a powerful shot. Once it goes past the 5th or 6th round, I think he'll just outdance him.
Can't see Lomo getting hurt like that.
I just feel like Devin Haney not respecting his power and he gets caught. But I can't see Haney knocking out Lomachenko or stopping him. So if it goes to a decision, everybody's going to talk about like we do with Money Mayweather. Oh, he ran. Hey, that's how he
That's
wins.
boxing.
That's his
That's
style to
boxing.
win. He's
That's
a boxer.
boxing.
Not everybody goes in there to get that.
Yeah,
to
I'm not
take
a
someone's
slugger,
head off.
man. It's just like telling a sprinter to go run the
mile.
mile or something.
Yeah.
Like that's not what I do.
It's
Yeah.
not. The name of the game is called boxing.
It's the
And
object
they
of the game is
underestimate
not to
what
get
boxing
hit.
means.
Hit and not get hit.
Yes.
Like if you get the knockout is extra. That's extra.
Haney by unanimous decision.
Unanimous at that.
And yeah, because Lomachenko will get frustrated and might open himself up because he ain't going to be able to hit him. If he does hit him, I think he'll hurt him, but he has to hit him and he has to hit him early.
His game plan can't be the same game plan he had for Lopez.
And I think he learned from that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he hurts Haney early.
Oh, we
And-
shall see.
As soon as he feels that strength, he won't get hit a second time.
We shall see. So the good part about it is we can all bring it back next week
Yep.
and talk about who was right, talk about who was wrong, and not only the fight, but Eastern Conference, Western Conference
It's a little
tonight.
game coming on
tonight,
in like 15 minutes.
15 minutes, 8:30. LA?
So we all went with Boston, correct? Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, and I went with Denver.
Yes. No, I went with Denver.
Uh,
Steve went with.
I just went with
LA.
LA to get this
Yeah.
game,
No.
not the series.
No,
No,
no, no,
no,
no,
no. We're talking
no.
about
We're
the
just talking about
games.
this
We're
game.
talking
We're
about
talking about
the
this
game.
game.
Yeah. So and that being said, we got some comedy going on before we get out of here.
Yeah, you know, we stepped away for a little bit, but Father's Day, hey, ladies, Father's Day. You know, we all like to be taken out and spoiled too. We're doing a pre-Father's Day show. You know, nice, treat yourself as well as treat your special someone. We got a nice show coming to White to Westport Friday, June 16th, headlined straight out of Connecticut, John Hinton. Backed by popular demand. You guys, if you already seen him, you already know what to expect. Davey Lozano, master impressionist, funny guy. And the first time, our female Latina coming down representing Boston, she's going to do her thing. Miss Lottie, all hosted by Malik Washington. Tickets are available. Get at us. You want to be there Father's Day, June 16th.
Ladies, go out and get your man some comedy show tickets. It's just comedy, man.
It's
Everybody
just
likes to
comedy.
laugh. Everybody likes to laugh. And, you can get the comedy show tickets. We're going to have some vendors there, on-site vendors.
Oh, yeah.
So-
For our God only.
Yeah.
Medea wear.
So you not only can you buy him tickets, there's a chance that you can go there and
Get him a
and
gift while you're
possibly
there.
buy some apparel while you're there.
And I promise it won't be as expensive as Mother's Day.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. And with that being said, that weekend, we do our annual
Father's Day.
Father's Day thing, right? So there it is, right there, Father's Day T-shirt. Listen, if you haven't been to one of the Father's Day's cookouts,
You're missing out.
I'm telling you, you're missing everything.
You're missing
All of
out.
New
Good
Bedford
time
goes.
for everybody.
All of New Bedford goes. We have horseshoes. We have cornhole. We have live music. We have food. We have more food.
Yeah.
We have more
Bunch of
food. It's a good time,
We have a great
and
time.
it's a great cause. All the fellas getting together, and
we get the annual Father's Day picture.
yeah,
you know,
it's
memories
just
down the lane.
It's a good time. All positive vibes.
Definitely.
And we hope to see you there between Father's Day weekend, between the comedy show and the Father's Day cookout happening at Hazelwood Park. So if you can, make both of them. If you can't, try to make one of them at least.
Exactly.
With that being said, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go watch the game. We're gonna go watch
I'm going to watch the first half because it'll be over.
We're gonna watch Denver win. We're gonna watch Denver win.
I was confusing it with the Boston game. It's the Denver game tonight.
So until next week, we out of here and enjoy the sports, and we'll be here next week to recap them all next week. Peace. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.